Hello everyone, this is Inderpreet Shoker with ARC Advisory Group, and today we are in conversation with Adrian Araiza with Citgo and Krishna Uppuluri with Impact 2. And today we are going to talk about digital technologies such as edge sensors, mobile devices, analytics, and discuss how these technologies are helping industries such as oil and gas and refining. In the industrial world, we need to think about our frontline workers. We need to bring not only advanced technology, but also intuitive, consumer grade type of application to the industrial world so that we can help our industrial workers do their jobs more easily and effectively. So we'll discuss about that, and our conversation will also focus specifically on emission monitoring technologies that are helping end users move away from manual inspections to real-time anomaly-based detection. So we'll start our conversation, but before we do that, I would request Adrian and Krishna to introduce themselves.
Yes, this is Adrian Araiza with Citgo. I'm Citgo's Corporate Environmental Compliance Manager.
Yeah, Krishna Uppuluri. I'm the General Manager of Impact 2, a Molex business unit, part of Koch Industries.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. So I want to start the conversation by asking a question to you, Adrian. A lot of the organization from the end user side of it, they are trying to empower their frontline workers. And from your perspective, what are the kind of applications, be it manufacturing, operations, or safety, where end users can benefit from these advanced digital technologies?
Yeah, at Citgo, everybody benefits from this type of technology, and I'm talking about operations, maintenance personnel, contractors, HSE personnel, environmental safety. And yes, we use technology in this area to move away from, manual inspections to technology.
Got it. From Krishna, from your perspective, you are a technology provider. So from your perspective, can you please share what solutions you guys are providing that helps the oil and gas industry empower their frontline workers?
Yeah, we primarily provide early detection solutions, and our current focus is on emissions monitoring and corrosion monitoring for early detection of anomalies.
That is great. I want to specifically dive into the emission monitoring portion because, Adrian, I know that you guys are leveraging Impact 2's MRIG solution, which helps for emission monitoring purposes. So since you guys have implemented the technology, would you be able to share that how your daily operations have changed, what kind of improvements you are able to bring when it comes to adopting a newer technology? Was it easier for your workforce to adopt it, or is it like require a lot of training and so on?
Yeah. So we have adopted a Molex technology, and it provides us with real-time 24/7 monitoring, and it helps us in various areas, specifically leak detection and repair. We're trying to move away from a routine monitoring into more of a real-time 24/7 type monitoring with specialized sensors that are more effective than your EPA Method 21, which is a very limited technology. With Molex, we're able to detect leaks at much lower emissions detections than your traditional Method 21 inspections. And we use Molex technology not only for LDAR inspections, but also for typical benzene fence line monitoring applications. We monitor the fence line of the facility. And we have also been very successful in using Molex at our marine dock terminal operations to provide for early detection of leaks.
No, that is great. So, Krishna, next I want to ask you, you provide, two major solution. When end users implement the solution, what are the one or two capabilities that are most beneficial to them when they implement the solution?
Yeah, it's primarily real-time anomaly detection, early detection, where we give them an alert. So they don't have to keep watching the dashboards
Yeah.
or react to alarm level sensing. They get early detection anomaly alerts. Not only that, along with that, they get the operational context on where the anomaly occurred. So those two help them take action before escalation.
No, that is great. Absolutely. As I mentioned that we want, consumer grade applications as well. And anything that can deliver the right information at the right time on their fingertips, I think it's going to be very, very helpful to end user. Next, I want to ask Adrian, whenever I talk to end user, be it whatever industry, one challenge that they are facing is they are trying to reduce their unplanned downtime. When it comes to newer technologies, these digital or connected technologies, are they helping somewhere with that challenge as well? If yes, how?
Absolutely. And Krishna just mentioned that early detection is key. In your traditional LDAR type programs, where we do quarterly inspections, we will not identify a leak until we send LDAR technicians out there to look specifically for leaks. And we would spend a lot of time and resources trying to identify leaks. But with Molex technology, not only do we get early detection, but what makes it fascinating is that Molex can also provide you with triangulation. So it will give you a very small range where you can go out and find the anomaly. And early detection provides for minimize downtime.
Yeah.
It prevents the leak from getting bigger and create operational or safety hazards. And overall, it's a win-win for refining operations.
No, that is great, Adrian. Krishna, I want to talk about one other challenge that, end users often complain about, and that is the integration piece of it. There are numerous solutions out there. There are a number of existing solutions that end users already have. And when it comes to acquiring a new solution, one thing that they are always worried about, will this be able to integrate with my existing solution? Do you often hear about this challenge? And if yes, how do you try to solve this?
Yeah, I think when it comes to integration, there's a couple of ways to look at it. Some companies look at integration as a technical aspect. Can you just integrate for the sake of integration? We always take the perspective of what the boots on the ground actually need in a natural, intuitive way. In the daily work process, what integrated information do they need? And we try to keep the integration to minimum so they get the information they need, but not with an overwhelming part of the integration in their face. If they want to add some notes, some photographs of what they see, etc., that makes sense. So we integrate only the necessary parts, and that's how we keep it very close to how they work on a daily basis.
No, that's a good approach, Krishna, absolutely. A very interesting point of view. Next, I want to ask Adrian, is when you acquire a new technology, there are a lot of work that goes into it. One is the integration piece that, we just talked with Krishna. What are the other aspects? Is it like training, change management, how you motivate your workforce to acquire or learn a new technology? What were your challenges and how did you address those?
Yeah, from our experience implementing Molex, the good thing about Molex is that they provide turnkey solutions, meaning that they would come and install the sensors and also train our people. And it just makes it easier. for everyone involved. And then they turn it over to us, and we're just waiting for the notifications or the alerts. And then we would react to the alerts, and we would identify the leaking component or the anomaly and repair it immediately. And it prevents a lot of headaches than your traditional LDAR type programs.
Got it. Krishna, from your perspective, when it comes to adoption, driving adoption, what are the other ways? Adrian highlighted some. Anything else you would like to add there?
With the boots on the ground, adoption is all about what they trust.
Yeah.
If we give them trusted alerts, trusted operational context, they will embrace it naturally because it fits into the way they think and they work. So that's where we really spent a lot of time making sure the results, the alerts, the operational context are trusted. And of course, we need to make sure the solutions are easy to use, intuitive, etc. So we tried to bring in a lot of the consumer apps simplicity to these industrial apps with zero manuals, zero training approach. You don't go through any training for using Instagram, Facebook, etc. It's the same idea.
Very nice example, Krishna. Next, I want to talk, Adrian, about success metrics. Whenever we talk to end user, there's another thing. They need to show success. They need to show ROI. They need to measure KPIs on an ongoing basis. What are the KPIs that you guys focus on?
Well, we try to keep the metrics tied to outcomes, not just tool usage. A few of the items that we focus on is first is time spent on manual inspections. We've seen that come down as we shift towards targeted work. Another is how quickly we detect and respond to issues. That is a big one for us. And then another one is on the environmental side. We're looking at how many issues we're catching early versus after the fact. We also keep an eye on things like avoided downtime and overall execution consistency. At the end of the day, it's about showing that we're improving predictability, not just digitizing what we already did.
Yeah, we definitely have been on an AI path for a long time now. Our platform is built as an AIoT platform, artificial intelligence of things. We've been using machine learning quite a bit, but going forward, we're also figuring out how to use the new generative AI into our products. Now, one of the challenges is a lot of these LLMs, they're really good at working on patterns and bringing out intelligence and insights based on patterns. But when you have deep subjects like emissions and corrosion with a lot of first principles, subject matter expertise, how do you get that into the LLMs so that they become smarter? So that's where we spend a lot of time trying to simplify all of that and to leverage generative AI components rather than depend on them.
Thank you, Krishna. I absolutely agree with you. I know there are a lot of newer AI technologies out there that hold great promise for the industrial world, but we absolutely need to make sure that these technologies fit well within the industrial context. So with that, we'll wrap up the discussion for today. I really want to thank Adrian and Krishna for joining us today. And thank you all for your time as well. Thank you so much.